for the great old ones for us to connect with the great old ones and tell them we're ready. I'm ready. Ancestors, I am ready for this world to finish. I'm ready for our collective energies and our Kundalini energy to rise. And although I'm saying this in a very calm way, I am fed up and angry, and I'm tired of the beast, and I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready for the dream to be finished. So, those of you on the Bobby Hemmett frequency, you understand what I'm saying, and I'm talking some very serious stuff. If you want to be angry about what I'm saying, then that is your matrix mind, that's your ego mind, that is a slave to this world and a slave to the beast, and you can't see the truth right in front of your face. Because all I just said was truth. Everything I just said was truth. I just connected the dots of the metaphysical meaning behind it. I'm not and it's very stupid for any black person to have to apologize or have to explain that, oh, I'm not talking about white people. I'm not talking bad about them. I'm just saying the history. Nobody should even have to say that. These people are collectively psychopaths, but the thing is, they fool you because you think they're nice in your face, one by one. By singularity, you think that they're nice. By mind control on TV, you think that they're nice. Because they always have nice things, nice clothes, nice house, nice money, nice looks. Everything's just nice. But underneath that, they are a raging psychopath that will not let anyone else have anything else or any kind of freedom. Let's put that card on the table, and I will close things now and say, all thanks to Bobby Hemmett. And I have created this audio to try to wake somebody up in connection with the latest bullshit fuckery of talking about a celebrity. So, I'm serving the celebrity pie, but I'm trying to connect some things to you about the occult and things that you may not know. So now this is a video. This is going to be tough for me to. This is going to be tough to. Now I'm going to have to make this video right now because and I really don't have I don't have internet on the fucking computer, and the phone that I use for uploading is the battery's low because I have very bad stupid fucking cords that don't work. So anyway, that ends another episode of what I learned from Bobby Hemmett, and I'm gonna dare to post this. Maybe the battery juice is too low though, and it would be good if I could. You know what I'm gonna do? I cannot add pictures to this. I can't. I can't add pictures to this. I don't have time to. I can't do it. It's gonna take too much work. I could reference the videos, but it's because look, people in America have an attention span of 5 minutes. Paul Mooney passing away, I think it was just yesterday. By the third day, he's old news. So that's why I need to get, on top of this and get this kind of reaction thing out and see what happens. See if people will look at this or listen to this just because it says it's about Paul Mooney. And again, I just say ashe to Paul Mooney and any celebrities that are getting slaughtered. They, no matter what fuckery they were involved in down here, and no matter what I say, about them in Hollywood, which is, basically master occultist. They know the ingredients of the universe, they know the mythology of the universe, they know the origin of the universe, and they are creating social engineering through movies that get into your subconscious mind and make you think whatever they want you to think. So no matter about that, Paul Mooney still, he has become an ancestor. Okay, that's what I want to say in finality. He has become an ancestor. He has been released from the body. He is now a star chakra up in the sky. And I'm glad for him. He doesn't have to be a slave to the beast anymore. He doesn't have to use his body to whatever the fuck, He doesn't have to be a slave to that system anymore. Even no matter what they have done to his body, butchering him up, putting him in the freezer, saving his melanin, drinking his blood. These things I'm saying are no joke. They're not a joke. If you're asleep, they're a joke. But if you would just look at what happens to your average person, your average black person, the same thing happens to them. How much greater they're going to take the celebrities like gourmet food for them because of the power and prowess that celebrity held. And before I was kind of joking around to myself before I made this video, talking about how the queen is probably saying, I got me some good melanated, nice, tender, indigenous melanated meat coming to me. It is tenderized, it is aged nicely over time, but it didn't get tough. It's nice and soft and still alert and energetic. And all of the energy of you and your mental energy is in your melanin. So that when they consume it, they get a little jolt, just a little bit, temporarily. However, if you collect enough black people in the freezer, you just drink this shit every day. And this is not a joke. I'm not joking. This is the revelation and understanding that I have of the level of what they're doing, the level of it. You think it's just on a little level. This is on a major level. And it would take some time for me to to make this video from Tony Robbins. And he admits that he drinks this special stuff every day. And it's called, dang, I can't remember the name of it. But they always change the name. Interferon. Used to be called interferon, but that is what I learned from Bobby Hemmett. And that we're taking that from the testicles of young boys. Sorry to say that, so gross. But I learned that from that word interferon from Bobby Hemmett. But now they have other names, and I can't remember the current name that Tony Robbins even said it himself. That I take this every day. And I knew right away it was melanin. And he says it gives me a burst of energy. And he was being interviewed by some boy, some young gay boy visiting his island. His island is in the Fiji, by the way. And of course he has a whole bunch of melanated people serving him. Anyway, he gave the elixir to the guest that was coming, and I knew that was melanin. But I have to really dig for that video again. But that would be Exhibit A. You know, I'm bearing witness, I'm showing you, I'm trying to show you. But if you're in denial, if you're asleep, if you're, you know, walking around like the black man in the movie They Live, which the elite know that you are, then, you know, I just wish for divine intervention to uncalcify your brain, lift the corneas off of your eyes so you can see the truth. Excuse me, what I really want to say, what I really meant to say is lift the cataracts, not the corneas, but I could descriptively use that as a metaphor too and say lift the corneas, which merely means look very deeply. I know what the fuck your cornea is, okay? It's still, the point is that you're so calcified that somebody has to do something drastic for you to see things. But it really is a matter of consciousness, actually, because you're in a stupor. I mean, even my dad is in a stupor. He's in a really angry stupor. I mean, he will say stuff that's just like, I'm like a stranger on the street to him. But let me stop and not talk about that. You know, black people, they're just insane family people. And you know, you can't say anything truthful to them, even about, we're not talking about occult things, we're talking about truth in family or how people act or ask anything. So let me stop, put those cards on the table. All thanks to Bobby Hemmett. And we declare that you will increase in consciousness on some level, whatever level you're at. And if the word Ashe, which I hear about that word, but I never read what the source of that word is. If the word Ashe means honor, power, whatever, I say Ashe to Paul Mooney. He is back in his God state. And he had a birthday. It's not a death day, it's a birthday. And Paul Mooney is an ancestor now. That is what I want to leave you with. No matter what fuckery he went through down here, and what ways the beast had him be unnatural, he's out of that world now. So, you know, he's a universal ancestor now. So, you know, people say rest in power. I like to come up with something different, you know. I don't want to use a lot of cliches, but whatever. Ashe, you know, I just say, I hope that he has awakened to his God self, because even when you become a star, I think you need to be conscious, though. Otherwise, you can recycle right back down here. You got to choose not to come back down. Even though they say we all chose to come here, whatever. I can't really explain that, but I ain't choosing to come back to this motherfucking place. Once I get the fuck out of here, I'm not going to be a fucking hero. Maybe I'm being a hero right now just to say these messages. But you ain't getting me coming back down here again. I don't have the desire of the world. And that's another thing that the Buddhist people talk about, like the Buddhist gurus and stuff. And I never understood what they said, but they talk in trickery because they're part of the gatekeepers. They talk in trickery. They're saying, oh, release your desires from the world. That's why they go up in the mountains and they go to monasteries and stuff like that to release their desires of the world. But really, they're in the back, having girls and collecting tons of money from people, donating money and laundering money and doing all kinds of shit anyway, you know. But they would always say, release your desires. That's something in Buddhism. Release your desires. Don't have a desire for the world. When you're in a material body, you have to function and have things unless you can be a fucking monk and go sit on a fucking mountain and not be around anybody. It's natural to have desires. However, when you become conscious, you realize it's all an illusion and you're ready to check out of the place, then you live with less. But actually it helps if you don't have money. When you stop having money, you don't have a choice to not have stuff. You ain't got no fucking money. You're not gonna be wasting money buying fast food, buying this, buying that, thinking you need this, thinking you need that. All that shit stops. You ain't got money, so you don't buy it. You don't eat what you want to eat. You live without buying clothes. You really get down to the bare minimum and realize you don't need anything really. You barely need food. I mean, you don't need to stack the refrigerator with food. So anyway, I've said a lot. I've tried to close my mouth 3 times already. May you increase in consciousness, and all thanks to Bobby Hemmett. And Paul Mooney is an ancestor in the sky right now. And even though Martin Luther King was an agent, he did say the right thing, that they're free at last. But fuck God, because you're the God. You are the God. So let that be the last message. You are the generator, operator, destroyer. You need to get into the destructive mode. And you know what? Paul Mooney knew about that. He mentioned something about one lady being a warlock. He knows about the witchery, the witchiness, the power, the black magic. He knows about it. But like I said, they torture these people. They torture them to keep them in line, so they will never say, hey, psst, this is what really happened to me behind the scenes. And you know what? Black people actually are the genetic descendants of the great gods that are the principles and energies of the universe. And Satan is really you. And Satan is really the power that you have, the mental power that you have. They can never let a black celebrity tell about the real knowledge of the occult in Hollywood. Alright, so that ends another episode of what I learned. I almost thought that the thing was, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a screenshot of Paul Mooney, and the rest is going to be black screen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes I'm skeptical of sharing this information beyond melanated people, but whatever.